بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, salawat and benedictions on the noble master and leader Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. We remind ourselves by the verse of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala where he says, وَإِذْ جَعَلْنَا الْبَيْتَ مَثَابَةً لِلنَّاسِ وَأَمْنًا. That this house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Haram in Makkah, the Kaaba al-Musharrafah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it as a mathaba, a place of return, a place where people always want to be, a place where the hearts of a believer, as Nabi Ebrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, he declared in his du'as, the first dua that he made, فَجَعَلْ أَفْدَةً مِنَ النَّاسِ تَهْوِي إِلَيْهِمْ. Oh Allah, allow that some people's hearts always be inclined towards us. Honorable Hujjaj Baytullah al-Haram, that the guest of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the majestic Kaaba, may Allah allow that you, during the days of your pilgrimage, the journey to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you receive the nur and the barakah of this majestic Kaaba. Hajj inspirations, and we share with the Honorable Hujjaj today that your money could not have been spent on a worthier cause. As you made the decision and you accepted the accreditation to embark on this epic journey of Hajj, and as you make the transfer of your cash, and even after that you do so, remember, Shaitan will always be whispering. Remember that Shaitan, he will put thoughts to our mind, that is, for example, putting aside the exploitation, the opportunist, or every wiswas that he placed in your path. I remind you, as your financer of your Hajj, every penny that you spend will be compensated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and will be seen on the day of Qiyamah. Thus, with that thought in our mind, will allow your heart to rest, and it will create barriers between you and the wiswas of Shaitan. Success is not about returning home and priding yourself about how you only spend such and such amount of money for the duration of your travel. This journey is not about saving money. It's about spending it on your akhirah and your year after. Imam Ibn al-Hajar, rahmatullah ta'ala alayh, he said that people, when they think about Hajj and Umrah, they only think of what they will spend, but they do not realize what they would receive in return. What is received is far better and greater as to what is spent. قال Ibn al-Rajab, he says, al-israfu fi kulli shay'in illa fi ta'atillah. Overspending can be in everything except in the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if the Hajj, if he spends all his wealth in worship, or any person per se, if he spends all his wealth in the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is not considered as israf. How do we understand that the performance of Umrah and Hajj wipes out poverty? In our mind, it's about giving. But by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is our Allah? We are dealing with Allah that's Kareem. We are dealing with Allah that's Mannan. You give for Allah, and Allah will multiply what you give. We conclude with a verse, and remember this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where he says, وَمَا تُنْفِقُوا مِنْ خَيْرٍ يُوَفَّى إِلَيْكُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ لَا تُظْلَمُونَ. Whatever good things you spend shall be paid back to you in full, and you shall not be wronged. A reassurance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Al-Ghani, the most rich, who knows just how much reassurance we as stingy human beings can need. All that you spend during your Hajj, on whatever package that you pay, or whatever operator that you choose, will find its way back to you. Thus, the wake of every chance that presents itself to spend for your year after, do not think twice. Keep this verse and the sentence in your mind, and watch how you will spend in confidence, contentment, inner peace, and excitement. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa barik wa sallim.